Generally, in times of crises, there are two schools of thought. Of course, there are many schools of thought, but the big ones, right? One school of thought is that during times of crisis, the government should, implement austerity, and everyone should tighten their purses. You cut subsidies altogether, in all areas. You cut public spending, and you kind of weather the storm that way. Another school of thought is, the crises. It gives a kind of perfect opportunity to restructure the economy, focus on greater self-reliance, sovereignty, strategic industries, long-term productive capacities, redistribution. How do you look at that? What should Malaysia be doing in the long term and the short term?
So in terms of what's already been happening, the government's been doing the long-term realignment with its industrial policies, with the Malaysia plan. That's kind of ongoing, kind of structural transformation, if you can call it that. Um, and I can see that going ahead. Some of the focus has been on semicon industry. Semicon industry also needs to relook at its helium dependency on Qatar as well. There's been disruption there that may slow down the flow of AI chips. And despite a desire to move more into the semicon production space, that may actually decrease supply to meet AI demand. The amount of Booty 95, the quota to be eligible for the RON 95 subsidy is going to be cut from 300 down to 200. That's a good way without tweaking the price, but you limit excessive consumption of it so that you're still kind of cushioning the consumer from the impact. So the government's trying to do as much as it can to make the population not feel the impact of the war.